Hi guys, welcome to today's video about my 2025 indoor trainer setup. If you have been following this channel for some time, you might have seen this room before in my other videos, like the one where I was packing my bike into the bike bag, or in the other video where I was Zwifting. This kind of room typically has a lot of different names. Some people call it their pain cave, their indoor trainer room, their turbo trainer room, gym room, workout room. For me, I call it the laundry room because that's literally where the washing machine is, and that's where we do our laundry. So in the past, I was using this Wahoo Kickr V5 with bike mounted on it for Zwift. But last month, Entro sent me this new Wahoo Kickr Bike V2, and I'm looking forward to using it for my Zwift indoor rides. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I set up the Wahoo Kickr bike, as well as also talk about what I like about it and some of the cool features that it has. Aside from just talking about the Kickr bike, I'm also going to be showing you around this laundry room slash Zwift room to show you how I make it as comfortable as possible for Zwifting. Okay, I know a lot of people don't like indoor riding. They complain it's too hot, it's too boring. But then I feel that at the end of the day, you need to try and optimize your environment to make the activity, whatever it is you're doing, enjoyable. For example, if you're riding outdoors and you don't enjoy riding that bike, you get a new one. If your friends are always full of excuses and don't show up for rides, get new ones. If you find it hard to drink soup with a fork, use a spoon. The same applies for riding at home. If you find that it's too hot, it's too boring, then try to find a way to make it better. I'm a practical guy, so here are some practical things that I do to try and make my experience more enjoyable. Things I recommend to have before Zwifting. AC on full blast, together with a strong fan. If you are new to indoor riding and you think that this is overkill, you'll find out quickly why sweat management is a big deal. I bought this headband from Decathlon for like 4 something, and I think it works damn well. It's also good to have a small towel on standby. The Zwift table that I'm using now is called the Tons table, which is also sold at Entro. This table is really a classic example of Danish minimalist design. A few pieces of 3D printed plastic, 3 legs, and they make it look so good. I think it looks very aesthetic, and it's just the right size for placing my laptop while Zwifting. It also comes with a mobile phone holder, which you can swap out for a cup holder. In this corner, I have my old pair of shoes which I have downgraded from outdoors to indoors. The heel cup has broken, but I can still wear it, and it is one less thing to forget when getting ready to Zwift. Now we're moving on to the unboxing and setup part of the video. If you find it too draggy, feel free to skip ahead. Okay, this is the accessory box. So we're gonna take out all the stuff and slowly assemble the bike bit by bit. So the guys at Entro who sent this bike to me told me that it was not that difficult to set up. Let's see how long it will take to do it. Apparently that was the hardest part, trying to put in the 2 legs. Oh, okay. The whole box was about 50 kilos, so I think this thing must be around like 45 kilos. Roughly. Now it's not the time for perfectionism. Also already greased. Missing a little bit of things. Pedals. Pedals are not provided, so you have to use your own. Okay. Now it says to connect these wires into the ports. Left side, okay, wire. In no particular order. Here. I guess this counts as done. Yeah, it's quite easy honestly. It wasn't too difficult. The most difficult part was trying to lift the bike to one side while screwing in the leg stands. Then the rest of it was quite simple. Just drop the handlebar in and then the seat post. Connect some wires, put in the pedals, yeah, and then that's it. Now we're gonna hop on the bike and try it out. Oh yeah, and I usually reserve a pair of trashy bibs for Zwift. In this case, a pair of old matte bibs that has rebranded itself from matte to app in the washing machine. Everything is adjustable. You can raise this, push this forward or backward, push this back or forward, and of course, saddle height. Oh. Wow, spot on. What I really like about the Kickr bike is that it's really quiet. Just listen to it. Because there's no more chain noise, and the only sound is coming from the motor, and it seems like they've made it really quiet compared to the V5 that I was using previously. The bike has inbuilt gears, and I can shift under load. So smooth. The other thing that's pretty cool is also that it can incline and decline depending on the Zwift route. So let's say we are climbing a mountain, it will go up automatically on its own. Or you can just do it yourself. They are definitely stable while sprinting as well. If there's one thing I could change about the Zwift bike, I do find that the handlebars are a little bit wide though. I think it's like 40 or 42 cm at least, which feels kind of weird because on my road bike I'm using 38. Now that I have both the Kickr bike and Kickr V5 side by side, it means that I can invite people over and like have a Zwift party in real life, but ride together virtually.
Comparing the footprint of a normal bike versus the Kickr bike, I would say that actually the normal bike takes up more space.
With this Kickr bike, I don't have to keep taking off and putting on my road bike, which helps to minimize wear and tear, and I also find it a lot more convenient that way. Also, I can share this bike with other people in the household, and all we got to do is just remember our measurements and we can adjust it on the go. I really appreciate indoor riding because it's very time efficient. I can get changed, start riding, and once I'm done, I can immediately go and shower. There's also better time predictability, especially when I'm a time constraint, because there are less variables like getting stuck in traffic or miscalculating how long it takes to get home. It's weatherproof. I don't have to worry about rain or the heat, and I can ride anytime, even if it's peak hour. It's a lot easier to keep within zones because there's no traffic. And also because there's no traffic, I can worry less. I can watch YouTube videos or just use my phone. Then the other thing is the ability to train for overseas climbs. In Singapore, there are no good climbs. The biggest is like Mount Faber, which is a 5 to 7 minute climb at best. It's not like the kind of climb where you can continue pushing for an hour. So that's why we always get cooked when we go overseas to ride. At least on Zwift it's good because you can simulate overseas climbs. In Zwift there are roads like up to Zwift where you can climb for at least an hour to an hour and a half. And then there are a lot of other routes also that have like few thousand meters of elevation, which is really difficult to achieve if you're riding in Singapore on the roads. And that kind of sustained effort is very different to like doing Faber loops where you go up and then after that on the way down you're resting and then you push up again. And Faber in general is also very punchy. It's not the kind of like semi-low tempo power that you can push all the way, because the temptation to hit it hard all the way up is very high. This is why I like Zwift, because it gives me the ability to like pretend or simulate riding overseas, and so far it's worked really well for me. You almost feel like you're somewhere else, you know. You watch travel videos on YouTube, turn on the aircon, fan on full blast, it's cold, and you have a nice long climb. And speaking of overseas climbs, there's an upcoming trip to Mallorca in May this year, which I'm organizing. If you have not heard about it yet, do check out the link below for the details. And if you're thinking of joining but haven't signed up yet, do sign up soon because slots are filling up fast and I think I might close the registration by the end of the month. If you still don't feel motivated to ride indoors, even after optimizing your environment and putting on YouTube videos to reduce the boredom, then just remember this. When riding indoors, not only do you get to train your legs, you're also training your mental fortitude. There's a conversion rate between indoor riding and outdoor riding. It goes something like 1 hour indoors is equivalent to 1.5 hours outdoors. Yes, I totally made that up. But it is true, because when you're indoors you can't stop and it's so boring. Think about how much of a beast you'll be outside. Okay, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.